Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Muhammad Afiq Haikal bin Mazlan and my matric number is B0918100304. So my group will represent you about the lab 3 for assignment 1, which is total acid number.
Hello everyone. Now I'm going to give introduction about total acid number test. Lubricating oil, especially engine oils, are exposed to high temperature under operating conditions. As a result of combined effect of oxygen in the air and high temperature on the oil, it becomes oxidized. Due to aging process, inert substances and acidic substances are formed, which causes corrosion and increased wear of metals. Among the acidic substances, engine oils may contain strong organic and inorganic acids. Acid substance, when reacting with metals, forms salt, which are responsible for the formation of sludge in the lubricating oil. Increase in acid number causes decrease in base number, and it also causes increase in oil density or depletion of the engine oil treatment package. To estimate the amount of additive depletion, acidic contamination, and oxidation, total acid number (TAN) test is one of the methods used in oil analysis field. TAN test is beneficial to trend acid number to determine the rate of depletion of certain additive. Okay, there are two objectives in this test. First is to measure acid concentration. The acid concentration is determined by the amount of potassium hydroxide base required to neutralize the acid in 1 gram of oil sample. And objective number 2 is to determine the remaining useful of life RUL of lubricants.
Hello, my name is Cornelius Abid. So I will explain about the methodology for lab total acid number. Okay, first of all, what you must know the definition of the total acid number. So the total acid number is mean by the measurement of the quantity of the acidity in the lubricant. So both low organic and stronger unorganic acid can be detected using the total acid number testing. So total acid number does not directly assess the rate of the oxidation, rather it measures the oxidation by the product. Okay, next we discuss about the methodology or the working principle for this lab. The working principle is very easy and simple, but we must do carefully and precisely. So the first thing first, what we must do is to prepare the potassium hydroxide solution. Then the solvent solution is prepared into the conical flask where 100 ml solution is poured. After placing the conical flask into the scale, test is performed so that the oil wet reading is precise. So in this second step, we must do carefully because the presence of oil is affect the weight of the new oil. Because the scale, the digital scale is very sensitive. Even the presence of oil will affect the weight of the oil. Next, new oil is filled into the conical flask content of toluene by using the peptide until it reaches 2 grams using the digital scale machine. As I mentioned before, this step we must do carefully because the presence of the air in the digital machine will affect the weight of the new solution. Then the flask is stirred until the tolerance and new oil will blend. Next, we need 10 drops of the phenolphthalein solution pour into the same conical flask. The solvent flask is placed under the bottle and then the titration is begun. At the same time, during the titration process, the solvent flask stir out twist until the new solvent change into the pink pale color. In this step, we must do simultaneously when the phenolphthalein solution is dropped. Then we need to stir, and at the same time we must check the color of the solvent. Then we must repeat the step 2 until step 5 using the used oil. Okay, next I will discuss about the calculation for this total acid number. So, how we calculate the total acid number? First thing first, what we do is we must subtract the solution required for the titration of the sample. Then we must subtract with the solution required of the titration for the blank. So after we find the number, then we must multiply with the molarity of the solution and multiply again with 56.1. After we find the total, we must divide with the sample used. So we will get the total acid number. So that's all for me. Thank you.
My name is Muhammad Afiq Haikal bin Mazlan and my metric number is B0918100304. Okay, I will explain about the result. For titration solvent, we use 500 ml toluene and 495 isopropyl alcohol and also 5 ml for water. Next, titrant. We use a potassium hydroxide solution by 0.1 concentration. So this is the table of the data. For sample 1, we use new oil, while for sample 2, we use used oil. For sample 1, new oil, we use 2.020 gram. And sample 2, used oil, we use 2.009 gram. We start the level of the titrant volume at the 43.4 milliliter and end the level at 43.9 milliliter. So we get the total consumed at 0.5. How to get the total consumed? The way you get the total consumed is by subtract or minus the end level and start level. So for sample 2, we start the level titrant volume at 43.9 milliliter and end at the level of the titrant volume at 45 milliliter. So the total consumed for sample 2 is 1.1 milliliter. So this is the formula for calculation of total acid number. We subtract the total consumed A and B and times with concentration and times with 56.1 and divide by weight. So for sample 1, the total acid number is 0.5, which is the total consumed A, minus by total consumed B, which is 0, times by concentration, which is 0.1, and times by 56.1 and divide by 2.020, and we get the 1.389. So for sample 2, the total acid number is, the total consumed A is 1.1 minus by 0, which is total consumed B, times by 0.1 and times by 56.1 and divide by the weight, which is 2.009. So we get the total acid number for sample 2 is 3.072.
Hi, I'm Lisa. Next, blank titration are usually made before the retitration begin. This is to ensure that there are no contaminants in the solvent and also to estimating the error produced that can affect the solvent. After the blank titration is done, next we'll go into the result of the real titration. As per shown here that the total acid number of used oil is higher than the total acid number of the used oil, which is the consumption of titration volume for used oil is higher than the titration volume for new oil. This is because of it's due to oxidation happen in the oil across the time that affect the acid number. The longer the oil has been used, the more oxidation will happen in the solvent. Not only that, intensification of an oil oxidation also can cause effect higher in oil density, damage the oil treatment system.
high. As a conclusion for our given assignment topic, which is total acid number, we would like to conclude that a high concentration of acidic chemicals in a lubricant can lead to corrosion of machine components. Besides that, the increased acid quantities may result in a drop in the base number, corrosion of engine metal components, and increase in oil density or the deterioration of the engine oil treatment package. Other than that, the influence of acid number, for example, it reflects changes in the period of oxidation and the degree of age of the engine oil. Last but not least, as a consequences, the oil can cause more engine damage, while the hydraulic mineral oil is still in excellent enough condition to be used. Thank you.
So that's all from my group. Thank you.